Ow, it hurt my butt. Hey, y'all. Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Abby. Truth is, I wanted to explain about something that happened almost exactly a year ago. I didn't know what I was going to major in as a wee little sapling. I didn't really know what I liked. I found aviation around this time, and I really liked it. I had never flown in a commercial jet or a small plane, so I kind of wanted to be a pilot without ever doing it, if that makes sense, and I went after it. This was in 2016, and then a little bit of time passed, a couple months passed by. 2017, I started applying to this school that I legitimately thought I was going to go to. Let's mention that the school's in San Diego, Southern California. Very expensive, because it was for aviation, which is very expensive, as we all know, and if we don't know now, we all know that now, you know? At the time, at this moment, when I say that it seemed like God was really opening up doors and things were happening really quick and in perfect ways and everything was so beautiful, I'm not over exaggerating. It's not because it was a golden era in my life and I'm like remembering things wrongly. And like I said, I won not one but 2 fast scholarships, which I personally put, if y'all know the story of Gideon asked God twice, like, yo, if you wet this sheep fleece, then I'll believe you. And God does it, and then Gideon's like, but wait, do it again, God, and then I'll believe you. So I did that twice. I said, if I win this scholarship, then I'm meant to be there, and it happened. And then I said, well, you know, it's not quite enough money. Isn't that so typical? Like, God does something and you're like,
but actually, I need more.
So I felt stupid, but I was like, well, God, truthfully, like, aviation is going to be extremely expensive because it wasn't just the cost of tuition for the school. The flight costs are separate. So keep in mind, like, just think of 80K USD. I ended up visiting the university with my brother and then later again with my mom a couple months later. So that was already crazy because I won the first scholarship, and then when I put the sign before God again, a couple days later, I won the second one. And I was like, well, shoot. But on keeping my end of the deal, so to speak, I got a plane ticket, and me and my mom, that was the second time that I visited this college in San Diego, and that's when I was like making these San Diego vlogs and everything. Again, I'll link them down below. And we went there and I got introduced to everyone and everything felt so right. And it's not just because, well, duh, it's California. That was another test I was kind of putting before God. I was like, well, God, if you want me to go, you'll give me this scholarship. Oh, and then the second scholarship, and you'll do some other like written secret under the line things, which he did. Like, I got in contact with certain people. There was like a loan forgiveness program that I was also eligible for, so that's a third thing on top of the 2 scholarships. Sound crazy, like, oh, you
just rely on science too much, honey. You just think you're all spiritual and you ain't. You
think that God's like lining up every single dice for you to hit and it just happens. But it gets better. Or worse, depending on, probably worse. But after the scholarships and visiting the school, I had to start private pilot training because a director at the school said, hey, if you get your private pilot license, that's your first license in aviation, if you get it before you come here, you're gonna shave off like, I don't know, just like a couple $1,000s, no big deal, and you're gonna shave off about 2 years. So I was like, Steve, who y'all know, you've seen in my videos, and I talk about him every once in a while, and we started training, and I got my license, praise the Lord, but I got my license in July, exactly the date I wanted it, not too early, not too late. I got it in July right before I was about to move to the school and to go to this university in San Diego. Another situation was that I didn't have a place to stay because the dorms were like, yeah, I could stay there if I sold
my kidney and my liver and a quarter of my brain and maybe my left eyeball. It's not like it's my favorite eyeball anyway.
I was thinking, man, if only I had like a rich relative that lived in San Diego, you know what I'm saying, and I could stay with them. I don't have any relatives in San Diego. I don't know anyone that I could actually stay with until my uncle, who lives in Arizona, connected us with his family member who is a well-off business person in San Diego, and she just happened to have an extra room for me, praying about it. And then my dad sent me a text, and I was at work thinking about it in the truck, and then I see the text from my dad, and he's like, yo, he didn't say yo, there's this lady, I want you to contact her, talk to her, she's in San Diego and she has a place for you to stay. And I was like,
Right?
So rent happened, the scholarships happened, this meeting people, going there, visiting, like everything was falling into place so well. It's hard to explain, but it was almost effortless. It almost felt like I could just sit back and not do anything and things were happening anyway. Like, that's kind of how it was going. Things fell apart, just like everything happened really fast, where I was visiting it and making connections and meeting new friends and doing well in interviews and getting the scholarships and getting everything lined up, and I slowly started to fall apart. So in May 2018, got a text from a friend, an alumni who went there, and she said that the aviation staff was leaving. So it's not like God just shut the door. He blocked, locked, loaded, totally covered. You're not going to this school or to San Diego or majoring in aviation or getting your bachelor's in this or anything. That happened, and then I found out that I couldn't get a co-signer on the loan. Co-signer for the loan, the staff left, and the director left, and a couple of my friends that were going to that school were saying like, yeah, the program's just taken a really weird turn. We don't really recommend it anymore to you. In fact, we're actually worried about our graduation. And I just want y'all to know, while aviation, this does happen where businesses go out of business and aviation is expensive and airlines run out and go bankrupt. It happens really often in aviation that we joke about it. Pilots joke about it all the time. At this time, this specific month, this period of summer where I was training to get my license and go there, things were falling apart hard. Like, they were burning, dying, crashing, and exploding, never to be seen again. And that brings us to the end of the story. What? You wanted it to be happy? Well, I mean, this is real life. It doesn't always end happy. So there's that. I don't really know what I'm doing for my bachelor's. I don't know what I'm doing for aviation or really school. I'm still definitely figuring it out, and I am still in school now, just trying to survive. Conclusion to this video is I don't know what 100% is going on with that. Still working on it, so there might be update videos to this if y'all care, but what happened to San Diego was that. I think that you can talk to any believer, you can talk to anybody who follows Jesus, and they'll be like, yo, you know, I don't got it. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. I wanted to share this video because I was thinking, well, what if other people are kind of going through a similar thing in their life? And I know that I have people in my same age range that follow this channel, and I just want to encourage you, if you don't understand what's going on, I don't either. Nobody does, so you're not alone. Thanks so much for watching. I hope y'all have a good one. See you in the next video. Bye. I didn't come here to be all wise and things like that. Lay in the sun, get some stuff done, probably not that much homework, and I don't... Southern California, yeah baby, like, what do you think about it? There's palm trees. My brother went, we were listening to live flamenco music and a mariachi band. It's like where I live, but sunnier and happier and warmer, and there were dancers and and cleaner and everything kind of better about it. Okay,
I'm not gonna think about that.
well, because the truth is, nobody actually knows how your life is gonna turn out. I didn't come here to be all philosophical wise.